It's time for the gearman to vent again. And I would like anybody out there that has any relationship with anybody that's a server or does food, anything of that nature, to tag them in this, because I feel like that this area is lacking. It's BAD, and that means bad. But as you can tell behind me, I had what you call a soup, and I had a salad, but I had to dig the stalks out of it. I mean, that is all out stalk. Now, if I was in a survival case, yes, I could eat this. But when I go to a respectable restaurant, I'm not going to name any names. I shouldn't have to eat stuff like this. I mean, that soup looks like you're going to be making a mad dash for the toilet in about 15 minutes, don't you think? I mean, now look at that. Okay, look at that. And the thing is, a week before I got it, and it's the same way. I ate that. You know, I didn't get sick or anything. But you know what? I said to myself, if I come here again and it looks like that, I'm going to do something about it. Well, guess what? I go, and this is what I get again. I mean, now look at that stalk. You know, this gets me going. But it all comes down to people just lazy and not taking pride in what they do. Let me tell you something. If you bring your truck to me to get worked on, this aspect, as far as in my area, ain't going to happen. I don't know how to translate it or make the same scenario as far as from food to big trucks, but I'm just going to tell you something. I take pride in what I do. You won't be calling me back. You might pay a little more for it, but guess what? You won't be calling me back on what you brought it here for. But just like this is an expensive place to eat for soup and salad, and this is what you get. Guess what? They're going to go under. They're going to go under. Mark my word, they're going to go under. A lot of these restaurants is going to go under if they don't start doing something about this. Now, this goes down to, I'll make this long story short here. End up getting the manager over to my table, and I told the waitress I wasn't going to pay for it. Now, I wasn't ugly, but I said, now look at that. I said, would you eat that? I said, if you put that on your menu, do you think anybody would order it? She goes, no, I totally agree with you. If you totally agree with me, honey, I know you're being nice, but why in the hell did you bring it out to me? Okay, like I said, manager comes out. I tell him the same thing. And here's the bad thing about it. Like I said, I'd ate it a week prior, and it looked just like that. And I told him that. He goes, well, I definitely do have a problem. Yeah, buddy, you do. I don't get it. You know, anywhere you work, you should take pride in it, no matter what it is. It don't matter what it is. You know, one of my old bosses, I'll never forget it. He worked for a big company, and he was walking through the parking lot. I was just watching, just happened to be looking out, watching him, and he was walking through the parking lot. This piece of trash laying in the parking lot. And my boss stopped and picked it up. And we had people that was like custodians and would clean up things and do things like that, but he stopped and picked that up. I never said a word to him. Never said a word to him about to nobody, but the thing is, he took pride in where he worked, just to stop and pick up that little piece of trash. It wasn't his job. That's the big phrase that a lot of people like to use is, that's not my job. Take pride where you work. I guarantee you, the more pride and emphasis you take in where you work, it will be more successful in return. You will be. It's not rocket science. Oh, and another thing. Again, everybody's supposed to be tagged. Supposed to be a bunch of waiters and waitresses on here. If somebody's drink is this close to the bottom, you should be going and getting them another one. No questions asked. But I despise for somebody to ask me if I would like something else to drink when I still have a half a plate of food left, or in chewing my food when my cup is empty. To me, it just says, hey, I'm an idiot. I'm in the wrong workplace because I don't know what I'm doing when you ask somebody if they would like a refill and they're still eating. That's what I think every time somebody does that to me, and it happens all the time. And guess what? If my drink goes like that, your tip will sacrifice. Unless you're gorgeous, honey, or something else, you're going to get stiffed on that tip. More likely, you're going to get stiffed anyway, because I just don't care no more. But anyway, God's sakes, take pride in what you do. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter what it is. Take pride in what you do. I guarantee the business that you help will prosper, and you'll prosper yourself. I'm seeing so much about this. But anymore, the problem is, just like that manager, he was probably the manager because he's the only one who will show up on a consistent basis. That's sad. That's sad. And all that stems all the way back to the parents. And God, I'd like to go on about that, but I'm just going to end right there. You go bathroom runner soup, that's what they should have put on the menu and had that picture of that on there. Or I don't even know what to say about this stalk and that salad I had to dig out. I mean, obviously, after I dug it out of the salad, I didn't have much.